Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, previously we have completed our Python series from basic to intermediate level, and now we have started our advanced series in Python. We have covered till polymorphism in Python, that is our OOPS concept. So in today's video we are going to discuss encapsulation in Python. So guys, before that, if you can see in my background, if I scroll a bit down, here you can see here Python basic to intermediate level video. This particular video link will be in this video description. You can check out this particular video if you don't have any knowledge related to Python. So I have covered here till exception handling. So let's not waste our time. Let's dive into my Jupyter notebook and discuss more about that. So encapsulation. What is encapsulation? So if you are a student studying in your PUC level, I mean a computer student in your PUC level or else in your college level, so you might have heard this in some other languages like in C, C++ or else in Java. The theory will be same for all the particular languages, only the practical implementation and the syntax will change. In Python, I'll help you all with the example programs. We'll execute the example programs and understand the encapsulation. So before that, I have an important announcement for you all. I am planning to start MongoDB series, so if you all want it to be released a bit faster compared to the time which I have expected, you can comment below this video by saying that MongoDB. So firstly, what is encapsulation? Encapsulation is nothing but wrapping up the data into a methods or else a single unit. When you listen this, you will feel a bit difficult. Don't worry, I'll be providing you all an article with the definitions and then example codes. That particular article link will be in this video description. So now let us understand this encapsulation with a real life scenario or an example, then we will move to the coding. So just listen to my example for a minute. So for suppose you have a company, that particular company is having sales section, finance section and even an account section. So what does finance section do? They handle the data related to finance. What does sales do? They handle the data related to sales. So now there is an issue with the finance section and they want to handle the data of the sales, that is the confidential data. So they can directly access that particular data? No, right? They have to ask the sales data authorities, then only if they grant the permission, then only they can access it out. You are getting my point? The same way in encapsulation also, if you want to access the data, you cannot directly access it. You have to get some permissions, then only you can access it out. We are calling that as a methods. Don't worry, there are some different methods in encapsulation to access the data. I'll explain you all that and we'll understand that now. So guys, in encapsulation there are mainly two methods. So firstly, that is protected and then private. We'll see this with an example and we'll understand it out. First let us see about protected. So I'll just type the example first, then we'll see about the implementation. I'll take def student. No, we'll take it as a class. Class student, enter, and we'll take def underscore init, and we'll take self comma name comma age gender. So this is done till here, and let us define those out. Self dot tab. Okay, this is not giving name is equals to tab name. So this is done. So self dot underscore age. Why I'm giving underscore age, I'll tell you all. So age, because this will be a protected method. Okay, then we'll take again self dot underscore tab gender is equals to gender. So this is done till here. Then we'll come out of this and we'll take again a def function, and in this def function we'll just define it out. So we'll take that is details self, and inside this self we are just gonna print age is. So we have given this age is equals to, we are just gonna define those. So and we are gonna give self dot underscore tab. Now you will get age, and then we are just gonna close it out, completed, and we are just gonna print another one. Don't worry, I'll just first write the code, then I'll explain you all. Gender is underscore gender. So this is done till here. Now let us come out of this class, and let me to scroll this a bit down. So we are out of this class. Now class output, so we'll just take out. So we'll just define it as student, we'll just take the subclass as student, underscore init, and we'll open it out. Again we have to define all those self, comma, let us just copy this and paste it out here. Name, comma, age, comma, gender. So this is done here, and we are just gonna call just student dot underscore init self, will take as self, comma, name, comma, age, comma, same you have to define it out again. So this will be just calling the details. Def details self print name is self dot, we are just gonna take name here, and so this is done. Then we are gonna tell at last self dot det, that is details, we have to define it, right? So we are just defining out here, and let us come out of all this. And now if we just give here x is equals to, so we are just calling it out, right? Out class, we are subclass is out, right? Outcome, I'll just take this name, comma 22, comma male. So this is done. Now let me to print x dot details. Let me to execute this. So you can see here we have called this particular class using this subclass using a protected method. So you can see here we have defined the age and gender using underscore, because we have to like call it in a protected method. It is a method in which you can call any function from outside the class also. This is outside the class. When we call from this outside the class function also, it is responding, it is giving this particular details whatever we have requested. So this is an advantage of a protected class. You are getting my point? So this particular class is having subclass student, but it is able to access that particular class. So this is the example for protected class. Now we will see about private class. Private will be a bit interesting. So yeah, let me to come up with the best example for private. I'll take class. Actually we can take the same class this time also. We'll do one thing, we'll just take the same and we have to just make some modifications inside this. We'll just do that. So we have just copied that same and we'll just see what are the modifications we have to do. So here we have given age, gender, name, and we have given it as an underscore only. Okay, fine. Self class out student def init self name. Okay, student. Okay, calling the details, done. Okay, let after this when it comes to def dot details. Okay, here if we call out and yeah, we'll just remove this out, this particular def function, and this is done. And we will go to this place and we are just gonna make the modifications. We are just gonna use print age is double colon age is, and we are just gonna define self dot underscore age and I have not given here a comma, so print gender is self dot underscore gender. Now if I run this, yeah, it's giving me the output, but there are some modifications need to be done. As Vinod age, when it comes to age there should be some modifications need to be done. Student dot init okay, so what happened is in private class we have to define double, here we have to define a double underscore. We have not defined that previously, we have just copied from here, right? So here we have just given one underscore, not double underscore. So here we have given double underscore. Let us give here double underscore again, and here also. And now if I try to run, you can see here name is Vinod, it is printing, but when it comes to the age and gender, it is giving that out object has no attribute out underscore age. So this is the best example for not able to call a private class. So when you try to call a private class, it will throw you out an error, this one. So you can see here for name we have not given any underscore or anything, so it is able to print that one particularly because it is not under private section. So from outside the class also we can print it out. But when we go to the this one, that is age and gender, we have defined it with a double underscore. So the double underscore is like a bit more private. When you try to print it out, you cannot print out it from outside the class in private class. You are getting my point? So you are getting my point. Now let us do one thing. I'll just try to show you all with another example of private. To print it in detail, like how to print the output. Now I have just shown you all that what the error you are getting, but I have not shown you all how to print this particular private output, right? So I'll show you all how to do that particular code. We'll take again same class student. I have to type all this. This time we'll just type it out again. Class student def underscore init tab, and we'll just take the same example. Why don't we take the same example? So we'll just copy out this one again. So what, until where we have done this one, then I'll show you all what you can do here. So till gender this is done. Now this will be not protected class, this will be private class. So here also let me to change so that while providing this notebook you guys don't get confused. Private gender to, so till gender it is done. Now this time we have to like call a def function again. So this def function will give you access to the other classes also. Wait a second, I'll just write it out, then I'll explain you all. Def details bracket student. No, we don't need to define here, we'll take self. So we are just gonna print. I'll just copy this print. Why to type it again? Print age and gender, right? So we'll just copy this out from here. Copy. We'll paste it here. So this is done, and we'll just come out of this class. Now we'll type class out, and inside this we'll define the student, that is parent class. Def underscore in init, and we'll take this time self comma name comma age comma gender. So we'll take all this, and then we'll again take this student dot underscore in init, self comma name comma age comma gender. So we have defined all this here for calling the details. So let us come out of this def function and create another def function, and here we are gonna just call details. Details, and here will be self print name is so name is, and then we'll give a semicolon dot on name. We'll just take this and close the bracket, and then we'll just enter. We'll give this time self dot details. Again here we'll define this out. So guys, we have come to the end of this particular program. Now we'll go out. X is equals to out. This time I'll give my name. Size, and then 21 will be male. Now we'll finally print x dot tab details execute. What happened? Okay, details, it's showing the memory location. Now let us print. So guys, the code is successfully executed here. So what it is defining is, so here you can see I have defined the same double underscore. Here it was throwing you the error, but here it is not throwing the error. Can you guess it out why? Because here we have defined or else we have called this particular age we have already defined in underscore, because when you define double underscore it will become a private method. So when you try to call that from outside the class, it is throwing you an error. but when you just define it inside the class again and when you try to call it from outside, then it is showing the output. You're getting my point? Don't worry guys, I know you might have felt it confused in the private method. I am providing you all an article. You can check out the article. That particular article link will be in the description. There you have an example codes and the detailed definitions and the detailed explanation. You can check out that article. Is there anything else? So friends, that's all for today's video. Do like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you all.